my friends. Today I'm here to talk to you about something that we all know about. Well, at least we participate in, but we don't necessarily know about what it is, what it really is, and why. Why what? Well, why we consume it, our motivations, our understanding. Anyway, let's get right down to it, because these are all going to be shorts. Most people think that food is there for their enjoyment. Not many literally think about it as fuel, like when we're going to fuel up our car at the gas station. If the manual says it needs 93 octane, we dare not put in less octane, 89 or something like that. The car will misfire and fart and so on. Well, same thing with us. We require nutrient-dense food. Many don't know what nutrient-dense food is, and I'll get into that later on. But right now, I just want to get down to the motivations of what's going on. Most people, when they think that they're hungry, they're having a sensation of emptiness, which is caused by stress, tiredness, boredom, uncomfortability in their own skin. Just being alive is very uncomfortable for some people. We ask them to be still, and they can't be still. Suddenly they start feeling their body, and they start saying, oh, I feel a little empty, let me fill it. They run into the kitchen, open the refrigerator, and look into the void, and start choosing things to fill their face. That's not a good motivation to eat. If we did this with our vehicles, we'd be driving up with a full tank and trying to fill up the tank further, which would be a waste of money and a waste of time. And they'd chase you out of the gas station because the fuel would be going all over the ground rather than in your car. But, let's not go that far. The reality of it is, if you're honest with yourself, like I had to be honest with myself, most of the time that I was eating was not because I was truly hungry. I ran a video facility for a number of years. We had quite a large staff, and we had a nice break room and so on. People would be looking at their watches waiting for lunchtime to come. They'd be here, they'd say, well, what's up with you guys? Oh, I'm starving, man. I can't wait till lunch comes. Can we take lunch early? Can I bring a snack to my desk? And I would ask them, did you have breakfast this morning? Yes. What time? Well, 8 a.m. Now it's 3 hours later, and you're telling me that you're starving. Is this actual hunger? It's not. I would not get into such details with them, but I would remind them that they should watch the words that they describe or use to describe the state that they're in. And I would not allow them to take lunch early. This is ridiculous. You're not starving. And then the day would go on, and by the time 4 o'clock came around, oh, I'm starving. I can't wait to get home and have dinner. Again, 4 hours later, they're starving. We have emotional issues with food. We have emotional issues with our so-called need for food and when we need it and what it satisfies and so on. And the reality of it is, after we eat our dinner, within an hour or so, we're sitting in front of the boob tube on our couch or on our recliner, stuffing our face with something else. Oftentimes, within moments of going to bed, we're stuffing our face. Is this hunger? Or is this a human being with emotional issues? I would ask you to look further. I would ask you to consider what the motivation is for the foods that you're eating. Some are more satiating than others. But what are you satiating? Are you satiating your body's need for fuel? Or are you satiating that emotional feeling inside, that emptiness that you've learned you can fill with food? We were brought up when we were small children that if we were good boys and girls, Grandma would give us a piece of cake or a piece of candy or some ice cream. We associate from the very beginning our behavior with our need for food, the rewards for being good, being food. This is a sickness. This is a twisting of the reality of the way things are. This is not the way things are. We eat to fuel our body. That's it. Underconsumption will leave us deficient. Overconsumption will leave us bloated and stagnant and unable to digest. But that's only going to be placed into balance if we consume our food mindfully. Now, I'll get into about preparing it and choosing it and what's nutritious and what is not. And then it'll be up to you what will happen, as always. I was taught a little, I'm going to call it a mantra, but, well, anyway. It says, former thoughts, words, and actions became our present state. And right now, we are sowing the seeds for our future. Now, what we did yesterday, that is caused today, there's very little we can do about it, except learn from it. And now we can sow better seeds for our future. So I would encourage you to just take this little piece, come back when chapter 2 comes around, and start to consider the reality of food and whether it's become a blessing or a curse, a nourishment or a medicine. And I don't mean a medicine for healing. I mean a psychiatric medicine. I don't mean to get so heavy, but food can be heavy, can't it? Listen, I wish you all the best, and I'll see you soon. Come back for chapter 2. Thank you.